Hello and welcome to a Word Power Nugget, an outreach of Agape Word Online and Jerry Williams Ministries. I'm Jerry Williams, and I'll be your host today. And today's nugget comes from the Gospel of Luke, chapter 8. The Gospel of Luke, chapter 8, beginning at verse 22. Now it happened on a certain day that he got into a boat with his disciples, and he said to them, "Let us cross over to the other side of the lake." And they launched out. But as they sailed, he fell asleep, and a windstorm came down on the lake, and they were filling with water, and they were in jeopardy. And they came to him, and they woke him, saying, Master, Master, we are perishing." Then he arose and rebuked the wind and the raging of the water, and they ceased, and there was a great calm. But he said to them, "Where is your faith?" Jesus asked his disciples, "Where is your faith?" And I want to ask you the same question in the midst of your storm. Where is your faith? Beloved, when you're caught in the storms of life, it's easy to think that God is not in control, or that your faith is at the mercy of those strong winds and dark clouds. But in reality, we need to remember that God is a sovereign God. He holds the world in his hands, and he controls your destiny. In our text, Jesus calmed the storm. And he can calm whatever storms you may be facing too, if you have faith in God. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1 reminds us that now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. In the midst of the storm, where is your faith? Faith in practical terms is simply a means to have a firm persuasion. That's what it means. It's to have a conviction or belief in God based on hearing the word of God. In the storms of life, you have a choice. You can have faith, or you can have fear. But you don't want to be that person who's better at having fear than you are at having faith. Now, fear is actually faith in reverse. Let me say that again. Fear is actually faith in reverse. Fear is spelled F-E-A-R. And that word, fear, is an acronym that stands for false evidence appearing real. False evidence appearing real. Just a little bit of faith goes a long ways. Just as a grain of mustard seed blossoms into a large plant, faith is simply taking God at his word. It is critical to know where your faith is. Where is your faith? Your faith should rightly be placed in God and his word, not in material possessions and worldly things. Romans 10:17 tells us, "So then faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of God." Faith comes and grows by hearing the word of God. In fact, faith should be your first and indispensable response when you find yourself in the midst of a storm. So when the storms of life comes, quickly overcome your fear and find your faith. And the question is, where is your faith? Well, God bless you, beloved. I want you to be inspired, be encouraged, be edified, be empowered. And whatever you do, find your faith and have faith in God.